What's good, chat? Oh, not oh shit. What's good, YouTube? What's going on with y'all boys, man? I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, my bad. I've been streaming a little too much. So honestly, I got things a little mixed up here. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to this a little bit. I have to get used to streaming and get used to, what I'm saying, doing the YouTube stuff as well. You know what I'm saying? Like just, mix it up a little bit, you feel me? But yeah, honestly, I got my stuff all figured out. Um, I was trying to see if everything was properly working before I started this recording. Because I'm actually recording my very first video, chat. This is actually very exciting. I might go ahead and start switching it up this year, and I might start doing some what I'm saying, like some newer things, like, possibly like reactions and everything else if y'all want. Newer games start coming out. I can also do the reactions on those as well if y'all want me to. So I'm perfectly fine with that. So yeah, I don't mind. So yeah, man. I don't want to keep y'all boys waiting for too long. I'm gonna go ahead and actually I turned this down a bit. I don't want it to be too loud. So yeah, hopefully it's not too loud for y'all boys. Hold on. All right. Yeah, hopefully it's not too loud for y'all boys. I turned it up just enough so y'all be able to hear what they're saying at the same time so it won't be like way too loud because I have times where my videos will be way too loud, so I really do apologize. I'm trying to get used to everything, but the stream already had ended. It ended probably about almost an hour ago. It ended. So I didn't know it was starting today. So yeah, I didn't know it was starting today, chat. I thought it was starting Thursday. I don't know where the hell I got Thursday from, but we're not gonna talk about it. Go ahead and get up in here. Okay, here we go, chat. Here we go. My bad, my bad.
Peace. You fight for something you do not understand. All you reap is chaos. Wolves. Sheep. You are but untamed beasts. Careful what you wish for.
I ain't go cap. That shit was a little laggy. Usually it's not laggy like that, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you boys. Holy shit. It was a bit laggy. But one thing I do gotta say is it's not like I'm gonna not like record this for completely nothing. This is what I'm gonna have to say. If this recording doesn't be on my YouTube channel, then it was probably a chance that the recording didn't work like I wanted it to. Okay, but if it's on my YouTube channel and if y'all see this, then it probably worked. Okay, still trying to get used to everything. So
What's up, Warriors?
yeah.
Welcome to the final title update of Year 8. Man, do we've got some spicy stuff to show today. I'm so excited joining me today. Nolan, JC, how you both doing?
Doing great.
Yeah.
Holy
Doing
crap.
good. I'm
Yeah.
doing good too.
Doing
Yeah.
good. That's amazing.
I don't know why I'm here in the first segment there, but
I
We
don't
wanted
know
to
either.
have you here. It's
I have
nice to
a
have you
feeling
here.
it's because I have I have this fan club on the
Oh.
internet, and so people are already loving me in chat.
It's
so
true. They were spamming your
That's
name in
true.
the chat.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
he's
Right,
here.
so
He's here. You don't
I'm
have to
here.
wait.
We thought we'd
You
try
don't have to
something,
worry
yeah.
about if I'm gonna be here or
Yeah.
not. I'm here. It's all good.
He's here. He's not
can
going
chill.
anywhere.
You can
All right?
chill.
Yeah.
You can rest assured.
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah.
and stuff.
That's good.
Exactly.
Well, we're happy to have you here. I'm happy to be here. And folks, listen, before we dive too much deeper into the ginormous title update, this Warriors Den we have today, we got to talk about Twitch, all right, and specifically Twitch drops. Okay, so if you have not done so already, please, please, please go link your UB Connect ID to your Twitch account. That way, for every 30 minutes you're with us today, you're going to get a scavenger
Oh
crate.
shit, chat.
And
I
at the end of the show, we're going to
apologize.
pick some
I
lucky winners to win a
apologize.
grand prize of either 100K steel
I apologize.
or
I
the new
apologize.
hero, the Hatun.
I'd like to.
I forgot to pull the
would?
thing
You
all the
would?
way
I'd
up.
like
My
to win.
bad. I'm
Maybe
over
we
here
can
got the
arrange
shit
that for
on
you.
Okay, that would be
Like,
awesome.
do like
Half
a-
screen.
We'll
You
talk
feel
to
me?
we'll talk
I
to people.
Okay,
apologize.
Make sure you can play the new hero.
I'll write it down.
I
We'll
apologize.
make a note. We'll make
Right.
a note. Good.
Nice. We also wanted to be transparent and provide the drop rate information of the
Oh, yeah.
different rarities of gear you can get in For Honor. So absolutely nothing is changing. So if you want more information on this or that topic, you can visit our website tomorrow. There'll be some stuff there for you to see.
Very
We
cool.
also had Friend or Foe wrap up this past
Oh
weekend.
my gosh.
This was our 1v1 tournament. It's the culmination of the entire circuit. I Love Bears won.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
went
it
up
was like
against Bean.
crazy hype. I
Yeah.
was not
Yeah.
expecting everything that happened there.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like honestly, it was like super tight matches.
Yeah.
Everything was super interesting.
Yeah.
Good job to everybody involved.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Super,
competed
super
in
fun,
one of
yeah.
those, chat.
Did we check out the bracket as
And
well?
then,
Yeah, you could see I Love
we
Bears
did
just went
good.
3-0
It was like
all
a
the way
squad
through.
tournament though. It
Yeah.
was like a
No
friend or
bracket
foe
reset
squad
necessary.
type tournament.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
was-
even gonna lie. It was a lot
the
going on
level
during
of
that
play
shit.
with those contenders there was just amazing to watch.
I'm
Like,
not
it
even
was
gonna
on the
lie to
edge of my
y'all
seat.
because
Like, no
it
joke,
was
just, like,
fun.
watching on the.
I mean,
Twitch,
I'm not
just
even gonna say
Yeah.
like it was
so
like
good.
terrible, but
Yeah. I want to say
I
a
just
big
kinda
thank you
wish I
to
coulda got a
tournament
better
organizers,
placing, you
Spaniard
know?
Nutella,
I was
also
just
all
really
of our
upset with our
casters and analysts.
placing
We had Vivid,
and how
Verb,
things were.
Freeze,
I felt like it
Norgov,
was
Jones.
unfair
There's a bunch of people
because
who
chat.
casted not only on
I'm
our
just
channel,
letting y'all
but over on
know,
the Doja
like it
channel
was
as well.
unfair to me because
So
we
none
were
of this was
fighting
possible
PC
without
players.
all your hard
It
work.
was
So
console
thank
players
you
versus
very, very
PC
much.
players. It's like
Thank you,
PC
Vincent.
players have way more an advantage
We've
to
got some awesome
to
stuff
console
coming up
players. So
in
it was
the show.
like
Let's check out the agenda. What are we looking at today?
I don't know.
Got our
It
new
was just
hero
stupid.
with a deep dive on the lore, gameplay, animation as well. We'll be taking a closer look at our new hero's design as well with one of our texture artists. Super excited for that. We have Carl and Luke here to go over all the music that was created for Year 8. So we're doing kind of like a Year 8 review of all the music.
Nice.
Very excited. Got some patch notes, of course.
Mhm.
Can't forget that. And of course, the community corner at the very end with
Love it.
Jet and Josh.
Love it.
Awesome.
All right.
Something else that's cool is coming this title update are Steam achievements, and these are actually retroactive. So if you already
that-
completed them, yeah, you could show
No way,
that
this
too. We also have
What's this?
we're going to be on
this?
Steam Deck as well. We are currently on Steam Deck.
Here we go.
Is that the
Yeah.
new
Go,
Switch?
go play.
Hell yeah!
Gotta play right now.
But yeah, these achievements are retroactive. So if you've already done the stuff to complete them, you'll be just unlocking stuff. So yeah, pretty
Awesome.
cool.
Very cool.
We also have a free week starting
What the
tomorrow.
fuck even is
Oh,
that? Is
yeah,
that even a
this-
bro? Is that a
From
Switch?
January
I don't know what that
23rd
is.
to January 30th, For Honor will be free on Xbox, PlayStation, and UB Connect. But the free week period will end slightly later on UB Connect. It'll actually end on the February 3rd. So there's a bit extra time on UB Connect. So if you haven't played For Honor and you want to try it out, it's free.
Those
Get
are-
all your friends to download it and
Yeah.
play with you.
You heard him. You heard
There's
the man.
no excuses.
Very important.
No excuses. All right. It's free. That was a really cool graphic too. I hadn't
like
seen that. That
I
was
like
really
that.
neat.
I like
That
that.
was nice. Good stuff.
But yeah, before we jump into all this stuff, JC, you know you're not usually in the intro. So what
Yeah, no,
what
of
are
course.
you doing here? What are you doing here?
Well, besides for my fan club, you mean?
That's
Yeah.
true. We did
Okay, yeah.
establish that.
So, I'm super excited to announce something kind of cool.
What?
Cool.
We do have a year 9 happening.
What? Oh, check it
Super
out.
hyped.
Let's go.
You see our beautiful key art there. There might not be a lot of little things that you internet sleuths can like
Mhm.
go. So I would say like look at it, use it as your wallpaper, print it, put it all over your walls in your house, like go crazy, like inspect every little detail.
Tattoo it on your arm.
Yeah, everything. It's awesome. The art actually looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So super psyched. There's gonna be a lot more details coming as we kick off year 9.
Yeah, of course.
In the near future. But I'm just super happy to be able to announce to people that we're gonna have a year 9. Right?
So exciting.
It's always good to have. We've been working on a lot of stuff there, so I can't wait to show people what we have in store.
It's gonna be awesome. So yeah, keep an eye out for the next Warriors then for your 9, because that's what we'll be talking about your 9 stuff. So if you want to come back then, please do.
Always show up for Warriors then.
Always
Always,
show up for Warriors
always.
then, please. Makes me happy.
Should like do everything you can to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, folks, we got an awesome show today. But first, let's check out this new gameplay trailer for the Hatun. Super excited.
Let's rock.
Take it away, Max.
Vikings call us the Armor. The samurai speak of Wankoku. and the knights. You think of something that can be fought.
So it's
Ego,
definitely a female character,
darkness, ally,
but
enemy.
I didn't want it to be a female character, but like, fair enough.
Call us
So
what
High
you
was a
will.
male character, so why not have a female
Look
character?
upon us now.
Trust me, I'm not sexist. I am not sexist.
In
chat.
the
So,
flesh.
I keep saying chat. I'm not sexist, guys. I'm not. Okay? I'm
It's
trying to get used to
already
things
too
here.
late.
I keep saying chat, but, I don't know. But honestly, she looks pretty cool. But she's
Your
building like two
leaders have
swords.
fallen. Your lands belong to us. You lost. Behold my peace. Now comes the aid of the Harpoon.
Hmm. I kind of like that though. She looked pretty badass. I don't main a lot of female characters in the game at all, but if I was to actually main a female character, I would actually I would actually see what she's all about, and I'll see if I can main her. Cause the last few female characters that came into the game, not even gonna lie to you, they were not my style. I just didn't like them. It became overpowered over time. Didn't like them. A lot of shit happened, but it is what it is. You feel me, chat? But yeah. I'm just gonna keep saying chat. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though this is a
Welcome
recording,
back,
I'm just gonna proceed to
Warriors.
say that.
What an awesome trailer
I'm just used to
that
saying this, so
was.
why not?
Hatun looks incredible.
Just why
I
not?
can't wait to get into
Uh,
it. Join with me today, as always. We've got Alex, Raph, Ian. How y'all doing?
Amazing.
Amazing?
Yeah, warm.
I'm a bit panicked. It's
Yeah.
the Mongols.
Yeah, it's a bit scary, not gonna lie. But we'll get through it. Yeah, we'll get through it.
Will we? Will we? Let's hope.
I promise.
Let's
I
hope.
promise. Awesome. So before we get into everything, let's take a look at our seasonal roadmap first. So we had title update 1. Let's take a look at title update 2. We've got Hatun's Peace, the free event pass starting January 23rd. Of course, our new hero, Hatun, available tomorrow. We've got some hero fests for the Orochi, Pirate, and Griffin. And we've got a throwback event, Battle of the Eclipse, starting February 20th. Awesome.
interesting.
So first, why don't we do a quick recap of TU1, Ian? Just to help.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as people might remember from T1, General Zhe invited Astria over for the ceremonial gifting of the Starfall sword, symbol of unity. He wanted to join forces with Horkos. But big surprise. You might not have seen this coming. I know no one saw this coming, but it turns out Zhe was kind of a snake.
What?
Right? That was cool. That was,
I like
yeah,
that.
So it was the serpent sword. Joe was dressed up as a snake, and it turns out. So yeah, he did not have the best intentions
No.
at heart. It turns out he actually had made a previous alliance with the Hatuns, and so now, he lured Astria in, but the Hatuns had promised him something. He promised them something in return. So now he's opened the doors to Heathmore, the Hatuns. So the Hatuns have come in, took Astria by surprise. Big blow to Horkos. It's devastating. The army has been somewhat decimated.
Yeah.
And
ambush.
what happened to Astria? I don't know. We might talk about it later.
See.
We shall see. I
Yeah.
mean, it was Starfall sword, and Astria means star. Maybe
Interesting.
seen it coming. Anyway,
I see it. I see it now.
yes.
Awesome. Raf, do you want to tell us more about who the Hatuns actually are?
Yes,
the archetype?
absolutely. So, Hatuns are, of course, our new Mongol hero, Mongol inspired. They are, so Hatun means, it's a Mongolian word. It's the feminine form of Han, maybe a better, or more used or more known. It means ruler or leader. We are using the Mongolian pronunciation, so a H, aspired H, rather
She
than the
definitely
K that
reminds
we
me of
use in
another warmonger.
Turkic languages, so neighboring language family. And these Khatuns are, of course, inspired by the Mongols, and especially the Mongolian Empire of the Mongol Empire of the 13th century. So at that point, their leader Chengiz Khan and his family, in which a woman had a prominent position, they invaded and conquered an empire that stretched from Korea to Turkey and from Finland to Vietnam, modern countries. So yeah, it was a pretty big empire.
Yeah.
And it is our inspiration because yeah, you'll have both in the narrative, but also you'll see a lot of it in other elements of our assets. So these Hatuns, just like their historical counterparts in our lore, these Hatuns are invading. They are leading an invading horde from the steppes. They have long lived in the harsh environment of the steppes, and this harsh environment has sharpened them into brutal, deadly,
It
nimble
changed it up a bit.
assassins. They are quite good at what they do, but for a long time, even though the other factions of Heathmoor knew that there were some Mongols, some Hatuns somewhere in the steppe to the east, they did not really care about them. They were considered inconsequential barbarians because they were divided. They would raid from time to time because steppes, not a lot of
It
resources,
looks
so they
pretty
would have
cool. I
to
mean, it's a
raid.
change,
But
chat.
yeah,
you
it was
know?
in woolen
It's a
lands. No
change.
one really
You
cared.
know?
But recently, this has changed
Y'all gotta let me know
because
what
they
y'all
have
think down there in
become
the comments.
unified by the singular and a bit twisted vision of their main leader, the Hatun of Hatuns, the Queen of Queen or ruler of rulers, Gul'jin.
Ah, interesting. Okay, so thank you for explaining. That's contextualizing the trailer a lot more. Do you want to talk more about like who Gul'jin actually is?
Yeah,
Actually, I
think-
can dive into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick lesson. Gul'jin in Mongolian mythology was a demon who led a horde,
Oh.
an army in order to destroy and eventually rebuild. So we're kind of using that as a springboard for our vision of the Hatuns. Gul'jin, when she was young, as Raf said, she lived on the steppes, and eventually, let's say Blackstone-backed Mongols attacked her village.
Okay.
So she's felt the influence of the faction war. Her and her family, her tribe or her village actually, were collateral damage essentially in a faction war. So she's seen, all the bad that it does. She's seen the senseless fighting from knights and Vikings and all that, and she's like, this needs to stop.
Yeah.
So eventually she grew into power. She learned how to fight. As Raf said, she eventually unified all the tribes, and now she has this army. And what she wants is to break this cycle, to break the wheel. Bring out all of it to an end, and usher something new. So, in her mind, she's bringing this new peace to Heathmoor, but it's a twisted version of
Yeah, of
peace,
course.
right? She has her own, not saying she has her own agenda, but she wants peace, but it comes at a price.
Yeah. I
She
mean, this
has
is a
a-
very complex individual. This is
Yeah,
someone
she
I've seen
is
a lot.
a demon-named person who has demons, let's say.
Yeah. This is super interesting. I thank you for breaking that down.
Well, and the first set that we have as well really is her iconic set. This is what Gul'jin is. She has this mask that
She looks
is
badass,
setting
though.
her up as a bit of a match for Astria, who also has this iconic helmet. And the mask in this case is trying to exemplify this sort of reserved threat. She doesn't need to raise her voice in order to inspire fear. She is
most
inevitable.
definitely.
She brings this dread with her.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah.
she
You
looks
don't have
scary.
to say
Yeah.
shit at all.
And then some
Like,
of her
I'm just
other
gonna
sets
do
and
it.
variations are more about the archetype as a whole. So we see different aspects of Mongolian culture in those ones. We have some ceremonial variations. We have some that are inspired by wrestling, which is a large part of their the culture.
Yeah, really interesting part,
Yep.
at least. And yeah, one of our inspiration is actually a warrior princess and wrestler princess of the 13th century that is mentioned by Iranian and Chinese sources, and even Marco Polo, an Italian traveler and merchant, who mentioned this princess called Hutulun, and she is one of our inspirations for this. I'm quite happy that you mentioned fear as a weapon, because the Hatuns, they have two sabers, Turco-Mongol sabers that they use, and of course it
That
has
is literally
it
so
has
cool.
served
Like this
its
is literally one
their
of the
role,
first
cutting
characters in
down
the
any enemy
game
that has presented
that
before them.
has two
But
wielding
their
swords.
real weapon,
Like yeah,
their
we have
weapon
people
of
that wield
choice is
swords
actually
and
fear.
daggers and other
They
weapons
are
like
coming from
that,
the
but
steppes, and I mentioned that this is
bro, she actually
a
wields
unforgiving
two
environment.
of
So
the
there aren't
same
that many
size of
Hatuns
swords.
actually,
Like
and
they're both
they
the
are
same
tribe
height,
leaders, so they have
same
people
length,
behind them.
size,
But yeah, there aren't
everything.
enough of them to
And
conquer
she's
the
wielding
world and
both
bring peace to it,
for her
whether you want it
weapons.
or
Like
not.
that is fucking
So they
awesome,
cannot
dude.
actually go from city to
I
city
actually
or
like
clan to
that
clan
a
or anything like
lot.
that and
I don't
destroy
know about
everything.
y'all.
They have to make people submit. They have to use fear and the display of fear so that you will submit rather than fight. And this is reminiscent of actually the 13th
So do they
century
say she come out
strategy
tomorrow?
of
Because she come
Genghis
out
Khan
tomorrow.
and
God
the
damn.
Mongols. When you read sources
I kind of want to
and
get her.
accounts
Like
from
you
that
know,
time,
y'all know
there
I'd
will
be
be
early on the heroes,
yeah,
bro. Y'all
you
know
know,
I'd be early.
building
So
towers of skulls and
shit, I'm
having
just hoping I'd be
feasts
early this
on top
time.
of
I
hills
don't
made
know.
of
I gotta
yeah,
figure
they
out
would
some
like
shit.
bury alive some of their
But you
enemies
know,
and all that.
if I
But
figure out some
all
shit,
of this was
then
actually
I'll
planned. There
I'll
was
see
a
what I can
purpose
do.
to it. The Mongols would do these things and make sure that the next 50 cities know that this city has been razed to the ground, so that the next 50 cities would submit. And this is how they conquered, well, half of the world at the time. So this is something we wanted to take inspiration from. I would like also to mention one last thing on Gul'jin, our titular hero. When we started the process of thinking, conceptualizing this hero, we had a picture. It's coming from another source called The Secret History of the Mongols. There is a custom being described that at some point Genghis Khan wanted to punish a traitorous tribe. And so he, after victory, he had all of the remaining members of the tribe lined up against carts. And a sword was passed at the axle of the carts, and everybody who was tall enough died, and the small ones would survive. We imagine that Gul'jin is, well, her parents were tall and she was short, so she survived alone, wandering on the steppe, the unforgiving steppe, maybe with the blood of her parents on her.
Wow.
What does that do to someone?
Yeah.
Well, we imagine that maybe this is why she so wants to break this. You know, she's bringing a new answer to the conundrum of For Honor, which is how do you survive in a world that doesn't have enough resources so that everybody can survive?
Yeah.
You try to share, like Chimera would? Do you try to have the strongest survive? Or do you try to make sure that everybody submit, that we have peace now and no one else suffer the same thing that she suffers, whether you want it or not, and no matter the cost and no matter the violence and the people that I will actually have to kill so that I bring this? Yeah, it's a simple story, but we all hope that it's an effective and that you will enjoy this story.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that anecdote alone, I think, really, really contextualizes the hero, and even the trailer itself. Like seeing the brutality that she's displaying, it's like it's coming from somewhere. It's not just like, I don't know, blank. It's kind of like this deep-rooted thing inside of her.
There is purpose to the violence.
And it's also why, you know, she says, oh, you know, the Vikings call us the Arnar, the Japanese, the samurai speak of Ankoku. You know, they have these. They have the wind behind them. You know, there's rumors about them. Their fear spreads before they get there, and that's how they gain so much influence rapidly.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I really like that kind of like the
So
using
she's
like
a
the fear as
samurai?
a weapon. I just as a cyber, we did see all the weapons. They looked incredible. They looked really, really nice. I'm sure everyone loved them. But thank
Hell
you.
yeah,
for-
I actually think it's
I did feel scared a little
something
bit.
new. I mean, like you don't see that
Amazing.
on
Thank
every
you.
hero.
Why don't we move on to look at the in-game realization? Yeah. So we've got the menu.
There she is.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
so
Astria.
that's what happened to Astria.
Yes, taken prisoner.
Oh,
Wow.
Got our face off. Looking super cool. I love the red fog, like permeating throughout the environment.
Yo,
So
I like how
he's
she's
Yeah.
just
rocking up
standing
there.
up.
As you can see, the event team took the same map but changed pretty much everything in it to bring what has happened now that this cloud that was coming in.
Yeah.
What was hiding in the cloud
Exactly.
or the fog or whatever, and so yeah, and now that they're here, what has happened?
Exactly. It's the aftermath.
Yeah.
Amazing. Hatun looks incredible. I can't wait for everyone to try her out. Hatun will be available for purchase tomorrow for $7.99. The hero will
Wait,
also be available for purchase
$7.99?
through
That's
Steal 2 weeks from
$8.
now for $15K.
Wow, she is very cheap.
Moving on, we've also got a free
Okay.
event pass coming, and we'll be
I might be able
available
to get
play
y'all
from,
a little
January
video out
23rd to
tomorrow. I'm gonna
February
be
13th.
streaming,
So why don't you
so
check out some of the rewards?
I'm probably gonna get some
Yes,
clips
a lot
from
of
the
the event
stream and
pass
I'll
this
make into
time
a
is
video for
inspired
y'all
by
boys
horses,
tomorrow.
which, as you
Yeah, I
most people
might definitely
probably
be able
know,
to get
are
it.
an important part of steppe culture,
Mm.
and also they're very, very pretty.
They are pretty. Horses are pretty.
Yeah, they're
Also,
all threaded
guys,
throughout
if y'all
a
keep
lot of the items
hearing
in this event pass.
Yeah,
a little noise,
amazing.
probably
From
like a
Tier
little
2
noise,
Wonder.
I don't know what that
We'll
noise
also take a
is.
sneak peek
If
at
y'all do
some of
hear
the
it, if y'all
weapons,
don't
maybe.
hear it, don't worry
Can we
about
see
it.
that?
But
Oh yeah, here we
if
go.
y'all hear a little noise, I'm
These are
trying to
super
figure
cool. I
out what
love
to
the
do
details
to
on these.
actually,
Really nice.
So these are
you know what I'm saying,
Mongol
get rid of it.
inspired,
It's kind of annoying.
patterns
I'm not even gonna lie,
that
but
we've expanded different weapons
it's
and
with my
tried to
computer.
apply to
But if y'all
different
hear it,
cultures
then
too.
please don't mind it
Awesome.
just don't mind it
Well,
at
I
all.
want to thank all of you for coming on and
But if y'all
giving
don't
us
hear it,
all
don't
the
worry about it.
breakdown of everything coming this
Just
title
letting y'all
update.
boys know.
It was awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
But for you watching, stick around. We've got a deep dive for the Hatun's gameplay coming up next. But before that, we're going to be showing you all the lootable weapons for this event pass. So check it out.
All right, so these are all the weapons that we're going to be having for this season. All right, so why they showing the weapons and there's no like commentary? Like what I do gotta say is I'm gonna try my best, chat, to actually do the best that I can. All right, I'm gonna try to post the best that I can on my YouTube channel from videos that from streams that I do on Twitch. I'm gonna try to post the VODs. A little clips from the VODs onto my YouTube for y'all boys so I can actually, you know what I'm saying, give both of my channels love. Because like I built this YouTube channel probably like a year or two ago and I literally haven't been posting on it like I should be. So I want to try to go crazy on both of these channels this year. A lot of games are going to be coming out, so like that means it's going to be a lot of content to post. So I'm gonna try to go crazy this year, man. I'm gonna try. All right, we're gonna be doing all types of new stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm really excited. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let y'all know that, you know, we're gonna try some new things this year, and I'm gonna try my best to actually get it done. You know. So yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoying the video so far, cause I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, bro. Like the character looks pretty cool. I mean, like she's pretty much different compared to a lot of heroes. She's wielding 2 swords, like I said, which is different compared to a lot of heroes. She gives me a little bit of warmonger vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it seems like she's more dangerous than Warmonger. That's what it's seeming like. So, which is kind of crazy. Usually you'll think Warmonger is the most powerful of them all, but it seems like this new hero actually got her hostage, which is insanity. Because you wouldn't expect that from nobody. But, you know, just from seeing by the trailer and what she had, it looks like she had a deflect. That deflect looked pretty nice. So it looked like with these swords, you guys got a deflect, cool moves, and everything else. So I'm kind of digging it, chat. I'm kind of digging it. I don't know about y'all though. Also, the weapon designs look very, very nice. I really do love the weapon. You know, I was buying the battle passes at first, but I'm not really buying them. So I'm just really, you know, playing it just to be playing it. I really could care less about the battle passes because, I mean, what they gonna say to me? What people gonna say to me? They'll be like, oh, you ain't got this. Okay. I mean, like what they say in every fucking game, you do not need accessories to be good. I mean, you don't need accessories at all to be good. It's not gonna make you good. I mean, you might as well just, you know. I'm just saying. Also, if I'm gonna be posting on YouTube, I'm gonna really have to watch my language. I have a habit of kind of cursing a lot, so I'm trying to work on that. So I bet YouTube is gonna help me work on that a lot. So yeah, we're gonna have to work on a lot of things that we're gonna be posting on this platform. But you know, I want to try to make it big on this platform as well. So hope y'all boys understand. So like, if y'all want to help your boy out, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, go ahead and drop a sub.
Welcome back, Warriors. We are now
Drop
here
some
to
likes
do a deep
and
dive with Alex and
I
Kiera. How are you
appreciate it,
both doing?
man. I
I'm
really
doing
would.
great.
Alex still doing
you.
good.
Look
I
good.
just
Yeah.
saw you. So hopefully you're still doing good. Nothing bad happened. Awesome. So, like, why don't we just jump right into it? So, Kiera, you're our texture artist. Why don't you explain what a texture artist actually does?
Sure, yeah. So, texture artist is the person who puts the material and textures on the model. So, really, what I'm doing is applying cloth, skin texture, oil, dirt, dust. That's my job. But really, what I do every day is tell the character's story through what they're wearing. So, especially for Khatun, um, she's someone that has an incredible story, as Raphael told us earlier. And I really wanted to show that through her materials. For example, the leather, right? She has an armor that's scratched and used and battle worn. And like you can tell that she's fought, but she takes care of it. She is meticulous with it. You can see that in the glove right there. There's a scratch, but you know, it's not too dirty. It's well taken care of. The metal is polished. Same thing with her helmet. There's a huge gash in it, but it's polished. It's taken care of. Though there's still dirt. It's still used. Yeah, and she's very she takes care of it. Shows her personality, her meticulousness, a little bit of how serious she is, and it's one of the characters too, which is
Yeah,
great
that gash is
and different.
deep,
That doesn't
fam.
have too much dirt because you
She
know
didn't
for
have that
honor we love
mask
her
on,
dirty
fam.
boys, girls. We love the dirt, but
You already
this
know.
one's a little cleaner. In the
She probably would have
boots,
got
we can see that
folded.
like
I'm just
they're
letting you know.
used, right? The leather is used, but it's cleaner. It's taken care of. It really shows who she is and how her personality, yeah, goes
Like shows
armor.
through her,
Yeah,
like armor,
exactly.
I
It's
guess.
lived in.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a bit of daily wear and tear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just your daily wear and tear, some slashes,
Yeah.
huge.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, we had Sav on last time to talk about the stages of creation. So at what point does like the texture artist come into play?
So I'm a little bit everywhere. We start off with the concept art, and then Sav gets it. So modelers will start doing their modeling, and then I get the character and I apply the textures. But afterwards too, when there's rigging, when we apply the materials so that the players can change the colors, I'm also there to make sure that things look good so that the colors are nice. The application of the right tones and stuff. So I'm a little bit in the pre-production, a
Yeah.
little bit in the middle, a little bit in the post. So
Everywhere.
yeah, I got my fingers everywhere.
Nice. So what was it like actually working on the Hatun? Like, were there specific, inspirations or references you used while designing like the textures for this character?
Yeah, so as we can see, she's a lot of leather. And a lot of the references I had to go get was different types of leather so that we can see the contrast between her like her arms, the skirt, the boots, the chaps she has. So I got references like yak leather, cow leather, like where she comes from, what kind of animals can be used, and you can see it in the felt of the material. So when her gloves are worn, there's more of a orange tint or beige tint compared to her belt, where it's more of a desaturated look, right? So I had to go figure out all these animals where you don't usually do that in your everyday life. Look up yak skin, but yeah, and the different types of metals too. So that was the big challenge too, is to keep everything interesting while having pretty much the same material everywhere, right?
It's really cool, and I just love like how detailed like everything about her armor is. Like you can clearly see like everything like that goes into it. It's super super nice. Yeah. Did you have any like interesting like techniques or ways that you kind of like made these textures for this character, or was it primarily like revolving around like the like as you said, looking up different types of leather, like region based and stuff like that?
So it goes back a bit to storytelling, right? When I apply these materials, I start off by, this is a new piece of armor. Never worn it, first time ever. Then I look at how her arms are. So her shoulders, do they scuff against the chest plate? So scuff marks there. How she fights is, if she's moving her arm like this a lot, I'm going to add more scuff marks.
Okay, interesting.
The straps, more wear and tear. So I apply layer on layer of wear and tear, and then I'm like, okay, well, today she had a really dirty day, so put a bunch of dirt and then clean it off, and then add a bunch of dirt and then clean it off. So it's a lot of layering to make it lived in.
Yeah, it feels like it's like coming to life essentially, because you're creating it as if it was like as it was being used, is like actually being used. So it's like really interesting. Even like with what you're mentioning about like the moving the arms and you put more scuff, I guess, like under it. That's cool. Yeah, that's really awesome. Alex, did you want to take a closer look at some of the armor sets?
Yeah, so we can take a look at those and look a little bit at their customization as well. So there's a lot of customization that you can do. The piping on here, the threading that we have all throughout it, a lot of that you can add a lot of color to. You can also add a whole bunch of color through outfits that you'll apply. Got the ornamentation and the studs and the yak fur around her shoulders. Lots and lots of colors and lots of different masks as well.
Yeah, really cool. And again, I think I
cool.
love
Yeah,
all
that's
this
pretty
because
cool.
you could see like the stitching is like all changing colors. It's so nice, like super detailed. The fashion with this will be, people are gonna come up with some crazy stuff.
Well, and it was
for
something
sure.
that we were looking at too, with how the Mongols would actually assemble their armor. A lot of it was through different straps, and so we're trying to incorporate that a little bit.
It looks incredible. I love
It's
this
gonna be
one.
hella people playing her, dude. So I'm
Yes, and I
probably
like
gonna have to
the leg
run
guards
some.
on this one as well, which
If
also
I
you
want to
can
get
see are attached to
like,
straps.
Yeah, these look
I don't
just
know,
incredible.
I'm gonna have to run fours. I'm gonna have to
Yes.
run fours on this
This
stream or a video.
I like the
Both
helmet
stream
on
and
this
video.
one. Like the bit.
It's gonna be
Again,
a video
I
for
think
y'all,
all
but
of
a
them
stream for
generally
me.
just look scary, which is like
So
kind of the
yeah, I
intention
might have
behind it.
to see what I'm gonna
But they look
do
incredible. They look
on how I'm
super
gonna get the
nice.
content to play
There we
these
go. You can
characters.
see
But you know,
some of the things that you
whatever
can
I figure
create.
out,
Yeah, the
we're
fashion with it
just
is gonna
going
I
to
can't wait to see what people
see how it
cook.
goes.
Honestly, it's gonna be great.
Just see how it goes.
We also have the battle outfit from the event pass had some pretty unique color customization that we could take a quick
Yeah.
look here.
Yes, you can see how that applies onto her
Yeah.
armor.
Super cool. Do a little spin. Nice.
I love watching her run and seeing the leather bounce.
Yeah, it's nice. Awesome. Well, thank you both for coming on and explaining everything. Did you want to give special shout outs to anyone? Thank yous.
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having me, and thank you to all the character team, every single one of you, riggers, modelers, animators, everybody. You guys are amazing, and we couldn't do this amazing character without any of you. So
yeah, amazing. Well, thank you both for coming on and breaking all of it down. Hatun looks amazing. I can't wait to actually get in and play. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, stick around for you watching. We've got the gameplay next, doing a deep dive with
Yay,
JC and Mike and Noel.
gameplay chat.
So see you soon.
All right. So one thing about it, chat. One thing I do want to say is I did take kind of a long break from For Honor, but this is pretty much me returning back to the game. So honestly, like For y'all that know, that probably did watch my content. If y'all did watch my content, like, you know what I'm saying, um before I stopped posting, that's my bad again. Um yeah, like honestly, like, you know, I was playing a lot of For Honor on this channel. Y'all can go down and see all the For Honor videos that I have posted on this channel. I posted quite a bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, over time, I just don't know what happened, but you know, I just stopped posting. And it was probably because I ran out of content to actually post. I didn't know what to post anymore. So I actually just completely stopped. And plus I had lost my editing software, so I didn't have anything to edit my videos. Because you know, you don't want to upload nothing on the YouTube looking really choppy and real raw cut. Unless if you want it to be raw cut. And everything else, like if you want to add some things onto it, why it's raw cut, you know what I'm saying, to make it actually better to even watch or entertaining to watch a little bit, then you can do that. It's your content. Everybody got content that they post and what they do on it to make it entertaining to their viewers. Me, I want to try to make my stuff entertaining for y'all boys as much as possible. So honestly, like, that's why I'm gonna try really hard this year, man. Honestly, because you know, I feel like we can go crazy this year. I feel like we can. I feel like we definitely can, bro. For the ones that don't know, I am gonna be doing a series on GTA 6 when it come out. Whenever it come out, I'm looking on a release date. Whenever it comes out, chat, I'm gonna be doing a series on there. I got a couple of people that wanted to actually join on the series, so this should be very interesting and fun. Very first time doing it, so. Just hoping y'all boys actually enjoy it as well. So, because it's definitely going to be something new and fun for me. So, that's something to look up for. But, yeah. But we got the gameplay coming up, so this is where we can actually look and see what the character has and what she's all about on the battlefield, which is very exciting.
Welcome back, Warriors! Alright, we are here to talk about gameplay for the new Hatun hero, and who better to talk about it than these two fine people joining me on the couch today. It's your Lord and Savior JC is back. Hello, welcome back.
Hello, hello. I haven't been here before. I always make that joke and it always lands really flat.
You know, it's still funny.
Yeah,
me.
I guess. I'm happy. If it's funny to you, my
Just
job
please
is done.
keep doing it. Yeah.
Alright, okay, cool.
You should start laughing then next time, just to prove it, for everybody.
Yeah, that would
Called
be
me,
important,
you
yeah.
called me out, and here I am having to deal with it live on stream right now. But well, speaking of that, call outs, Mike, welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to have you back on the couch with us as well.
Happy to be here. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time.
Has it been?
It has been. It has been since Sohei.
Since
Yeah,
Sohei.
It's been a while.
It has been.
But I bring the goods.
You do bring
With
the
JC, of course.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, we got a lot of good stuff to show today. All right,
Man,
We're just
bro, I'm not
vibing
gonna
today. I
lie.
love it.
They
It's
dropped
great.
the ball a little bit with Sohei.
All right,
I'm not even
awesome.
gonna lie.
Well, without
Bro
further
had so
ado,
much
then,
potential,
let's
and the
dive into
moveset
this.
was
What can you
not
tell
it,
us
man.
about Hatun?
Yes.
It was
so
not
Mike,
it.
if you will.
Yeah. So this is Hatun. Of course,
I love the
you've seen
character
her
design,
in
but
the
the moveset
previous
was not it,
segments.
bro.
She looks fabulous. Good
People
job
don't
to
even
everybody
use
there.
that character
But let's
anymore.
dive into
I can use that
gameplay. I'm
character
gonna get
whenever I
straight
want.
into moves. So let's start with moves from neutral openers. So we'll start with of course the light attack. She has a light attack from all directions.
That light attack
Very
pretty
nice.
fast. Oh my god, that's a fast light attack.
She has heavy attacks up all directions.
Heavy attack's cool.
As you would expect.
As is tradition.
As is tradition. As is tradition as well. She has a zone attack.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I'll do it on my side as long as people can see it.
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
go for it.
definitely
Yeah, looks pretty
parryable.
Fantastic.
Definitely parryable.
And now let's look at the dodge attacks. We'll look at them earlier than we usually do. So she has side dodge attacks, side light dodge attacks.
Cool.
These are enhanced.
Nice.
So you can continue your chain, which we'll talk about in a
Is that
second.
light or heavy? That has to be heavy.
And she has a forward heavy dodge attack. That's going to be important.
Okay, so a
for
lot.
later.
I
Important to know
see
that
she has
like
a lot
the
of
side
delay
dodges are on
attacks.
lights and the front is on heavy. There's a very good reason for this. I think we're gonna get into it a little.
We're going to get
It's
into
very
it
awesome.
in a little second.
I like how you're setting them up.
Yeah, yeah,
setting
yeah.
them up. All right. The anticipation. Just wait.
The very final one that I'll show here, just before we get into all the good stuff, is the sprint attack. This is on light attack.
Oh
Oh,
lord.
it looks so
Yeah.
good.
Beautiful. JC, do you want to do
Is
that
that
on me
even
as well?
variable? Oh
Fantastic.
God.
Looks amazing, yeah.
Looks amazing. Feels really badass.
And so now, before you go a little bit into the basic chains and all that, we're right. So we have, as we've been doing for a little while, it's a 2-hit chain hero, but with a lot of like little fun things.
Yeah.
We'll go a little bit more into detail as to why we picked some of these choices, but just like it's going to be super interesting. So Mike,
Let's go.
let's go.
So we'll start again from the light attacks. So like JC mentioned, 2 hits chains. Light attacks can chain to every direction, of course. These are not enhanced. They get blocked
Yeah,
by
get
JC.
blocked.
Well,
Go.
here. I move to heavy attacks. Same thing. Heavy attack into heavy attack.
Pretty
All
simple, right?
directions. Pretty simple.
So by now you're like, oh, what is this hero, right? Like there's 2 swords. I don't know what's going on. You know,
What are you doing
pretty
to
cool.
us here?
So one of the main pillars that we've been working on, we've been wanting through this hero, and it's something that I think the community has been wanting for a long time. Soft feints, right?
Soft feints,
So
okay.
Oh.
we haven't done like a really soft feint centric hero
love soft
in a long
feints.
time. But it also can't feel like our other like heroes that have a lot of soft feints, like Aramusha, for example, right? You would think, and I saw in chat a lot of people like even from the
Bro,
from
soft
the
feints,
videos that we
bro,
released,
are
go,
actually
oh, this is gonna be Aramusha 2.0
beautiful.
potentially or whatever.
very
It is
effective.
not. And so, Mike, please go into
Let
what
us-
makes her unique. here.
What makes her unique here? So soft feints, maybe just a very quick explanation of soft feints for
Yes.
the audience. Soft feints is not throwing an attack and canceling it like I did there, which is kind of the usual thing that you do with
Yeah, that's a hard
hands.
feint.
That is a hard feint.
Yes.
When we talk about soft feint, it's throwing an attack, but throwing a different attack during the startup
Yeah.
to essentially transition to that second attack there. So what JC is doing here, maybe that looks a bit clear. Maybe go from top to side there. JC throws a heavy attack and then soft feints into a light attack from the side.
Yeah, from a different stance.
From a different stance. Very important. It's not in the same direction.
Nope.
It's in a different direction.
Yeah.
So you can do that with heavy attacks into light attacks. But you can also do that with heavy attacks into heavy attacks.
Oh, whoa.
Which is something new, right? We very rarely, like Kinsey has some soft feints into heavies, but this is the first
Ooh,
time that we have soft feint
God,
into lights,
okay.
soft feint into heavies, having like
I'm,
a lot of focus
I'm
on this.
raging.
Nice.
But there's even more.
There's even,
It's
even
fine.
more.
It's fine.
So with soft feinting, there's a couple of things you can do. There's one part in the chain that I'll mention first, just before we jump into more
Yes.
soft feinting stuff here. Is I mentioned before we have a light, heavy, light, heavy chain. You also have a light chain with a bash in chain, but you need to soft feint your heavy attack. You can do this from neutral, but generally we've seen lots of players going into chain and throwing a bash. In this case, frightful kick. It's a kick,
Ooh.
an unblockable bash. Coming from the soft feint,
Nice.
and you can do this from neutrals as well. You
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
you can soft feint.
So, yeah,
into
so
this
the,
kick.
so the idea overall is that like anytime you soft feint with this hero and you go into either a light, a heavy, or that frightful kick, you always go to your finishers. So this means that I can do like technically heavy opener into heavy, soft feint into heavy, into heavy, soft feint into heavy, into soft feint into light, and do however you want. So you kind of have an infinite chain
Yeah, like a pseudo.
as long as you use your soft feints constantly.
Nice.
So that's super interesting there because it adds like another dimension, right? It's not just a regular infinite chain, which is something, by the way, while we're developing the hero, we
Yeah.
tried to give her at some point an infinite chain.
We
And with all the soft feint options, it didn't really feel right. It was getting really complicated to figure out where am I at in my chain, what's going on. We tried a bunch of different things, 3-hit chains, all sorts of things. And we ended up focusing on this aspect because there's another part to her kit that we'll be seeing very shortly. Just part of what the other thing that makes her really unique. But it's really interesting. One last thing before we get into the other little thing.
Yes.
I just want to hijack the animation presentation for half a second
Yeah. Good
because
point.
it looks
good
too
point.
good. And I want to give them a massive shout out.
Wait, can you
Look
soft feint
at
in a kick?
those stance changes. When you switch your stance from left to right, all the little flourishes, all the stuff that's been going, I'm taking over for them for a second there, but they know they have crazy props there. This hero, the animations look amazing. There's a lot of attention that's been paid also to the soft feints so that everything looks a lot more realistic. When we were designing the hero, working very closely with Vanessa's team to make sure that we had soft feints that looked believable. She has 2 weapons. We want to make sure that whenever you start an attack and you soft feint into something else, that it moves very, very, very seamlessly. So that's really it was really important for us.
Yeah.
and I think it's reflected really well in there. So it kind of fits with the whole soft feint theme.
Exactly. So
What else is there that's kind of unique with this hero?
Now let's get to the first unique part.
Yes.
First, I mentioned that specifically. So this hero has soft fainting as kind of a dominant mechanic, but what makes her cool is you can soft feint into this move.
Yeah, I'm
The
gonna go far
fuck
away
was
so I can
that?
show it, like how far it goes.
Fear and Fury.
What the
Yes.
fuck
So
is that?
this is essentially soft feinting into a dodge if you're thinking about input buttons, but this is a special kind of move.
Yes, it's a very, very special kind of move.
If you've been paying attention, you would have seen the guard indicator show guard in all directions.
Yes.
This is of course an assassin, which means that
Yes.
if you attack an assassin at the right time during a dodge, she deflects.
Yes, so I'm gonna like throw a top heavy towards me, and I'll show it
Yep.
as a regular
Let me
deflect, right?
move a tiny bit back, top heavy.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So, assassin, right? Important to note. I saw people when they were seeing the gameplay trailer, screaming deflects in chat.
Yeah.
Yes, deflects. Yes, it's the first assassin, pure assassin that we've made in For Honor since Nusha, which is your favorite,
Since Best Girl Nusha?
right? So,
Long time ago.
Yeah, Best Girl
we've been
Hatun
wanting
now.
to do assassins. We wanted to get back into making assassins using deflects. With the removal of reflex guard that we've done quite a while ago now.
Yeah.
We've been getting more and more and more into like we can actually make assassins now. What kind of stuff we can do? So this is our first assassin for a long time.
Yeah.
Super excited, and she has the flex, and so we wanted to, on top of it, make her special. And so what's interesting with that move there that we see that like she runs towards her opponent with Fear and Fury.
That's
The
gonna
idea
scare
here
the
is
shit
that
out of me.
it's not full block; it's full deflect.
Mm,
So
gotcha.
similarly to what we've seen in
What is-
the testing ground that we've
what
done,
is that?
like not that long ago,
Not
right?
that
With
long ago.
Full
Peacekeeper,
deflect.
she has full deflect frames for the entire duration of that move as she runs forward. Any attack that could be deflected, so unblockables don't really count or whatever, but any attack that could be deflected will be automatically deflected. So
What?
if you want to try it out, like
Yep. Do you want me to
Yeah,
try the
just-
attack?
just
Yeah,
do it right
here
there.
we go.
see, so I hit her
Well.
inside of it, she did a deflect.
Nice.
That's already like that works for any side, anywhere. If there's people around that try to hit you while you're running, you will deflect them. You can do whatever deflect punishes. We'll go into that after that in a little bit.
Nice.
You can get like anything there. So it's really, really cool that to really have that deflect synergy. She's an assassin. We wanted to go all in on deflects. It's also a pretty interesting move. You can target swap it. Clearly, when 1v1, it's kind of, we're not going to really show it. But it's interesting to go. You can hit somebody, you can soft feint, and then target swap, run towards somebody else, get into the mix of the fight, and really running around
Yeah.
like kind of crazy. So it's really interesting.
That is
The
insane.
other part that's kind of cool with it is that
So you
can
can't
soft feint
interrupt
into
her.
it, right? But you can also just
That's crazy.
chain
So
into
like
it after a light
automatically
or a
when
heavy.
somebody is gonna
So
see that,
because
bro,
of
they're gonna
this,
try
it
to
kinda gives her
interrupt
a
you,
lot of freedom into
not knowing
when
that you
do I
can
use
deflect that
this
shit.
kind of
That is
extender move.
crazy work.
What can I do with it?
You can
Wha-
catch
how
so many
can I use
people
it
in that shit.
offensively, defensively as well. It's kind of a we like the designer that was working on it. Noel, big shout out to Noel, by the way. Wanted to make something that was really attack as you defend and defend as you attack type of thing, but not in a conventional way that we typically have in Fortnite. It's not a superior block. It's not crushing counters or anything. It's I'm committing to a big forward dodge that has a lot of potency that makes people scared, and it also ties in with her lore, right? We were listening to Raphael earlier and stuff, and a lot of it is about like controlling people through fear. I don't know about you, but if I was on a battlefield and this crazy person with two massive swords
Yep.
started running towards me, I'd be a little bit scared.
Yeah.
Get out
Right.
the way.
Yes,
Yeah.
like what the
Very
fuck, bro?
confident in
That's
that
gonna
way,
scare the
so
shit
yeah.
out of me.
Right,
I
so
literally just
then
said
Mike,
that.
you wanna run
Like,
us through
Let's-
what
why the
we
fuck
can
you
do?
running towards
Because
me?
it's not just a run, right?
Of course.
If it was just a run, you'd be like, whatever. But what
that's
can we do
okay.
out of this one?
So out of this run, you can chain, right? So let's go. That's default run. Fear and Fury.
No, that's gonna scare the
Out
shit
of
out of me,
this,
bro. Like, if you
Fear
just
and
all of
Fury,
a
you
sudden
can do
start
a light
running at
attack.
me, bro, I might just hop
Here
off
we
the
go.
game.
Let's,
Like,
I'll
I
do it from
might
top.
just close
Yeah,
that.
go ahead.
That's what I
I'll
might do.
Here we go.
Cause why the
can do
fuck?
Quick slash.
Also-
I can do this from side as
Yeah.
well.
So another big aspect that we have here that Mike is going to show us is it's really interesting that we wanted to really push the stance-based aspect of this as well, right? It's not just I run, I do something.
What?
It's I run, I pick a
What was
stance, I
that?
do an attack. So you have light. You also have zone attack that you can do as well.
Yep.
Uh,
So we'll
that is a
we'll-
pretty quick zone
we'll
attack there,
Fly the zone. Throw the zone attack out. There we
right? So
go.
a big zone attack hits people around. That's really good.
Mhm.
But then, so already you have like a bunch of different options, but you can do the light from any different stance. The light also chains more into, you can go into back into Fear and Fury.
Nice.
You can kind of
Dude,
have
that is crazy.
like a
Does
lot
it
of like
do
running around
stamina?
there.
It doesn't
What I
even
would
drain
suggest
stamina.
is it's pretty strong, but it can actually be really countered. So we're not gonna go into crazy details here because I want to
Yeah.
get people a bit of a chance to explore.
Sure, sure.
But at the same time, we've carefully thought out the duration of these things,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say experiment with them a little bit. It might look like, oh, I'm going to just like, run light, run light, run light.
Mm-hmm.
That does not necessarily work as well as you would think it does. There's ways to counter it. We've put a lot of thought into how do you counter it, but how do you counter the counter as well? We have like a lot of thought put into it, but it's really it's a question of what can you do with those different situations. If you land a heavy and you do Fear and Fury, you get different frame advantages that if you
Yep.
land a light and you go into Fear and Fury. So there's a lot of thought that was put towards this to really make it super efficient.
Ultimately, this gives you lots of options.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So many options.
The breadth of it is like the basis is we want to give players a lot of options.
Yeah.
To have a lot of player expression. How do you want to play her? What do you want to do? That's good. But then there's one button.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw you do it.
No. You didn't see
didn't
me
say
do
it.
it.
You
You didn't
spoil
see me
that.
do it.
But right, but there's one more button that you can do while you are running. Actually, there's two more, but we'll show. Like
Yeah.
you can also
So-
like just to show you can also like dodge out of it.
Yep.
So if you do,
We go that, go in, you can dodge
you
cancel.
can dodge cancel out of it. So like
Mm.
if something happens and like if a bash is coming at you, you can like dodge out of it and you can do like a lot of interesting things. That's kind of weird.
Nice.
But then
Let's go.
what do you do with that heavy button now?
What did I do with that heavy button? So that heavy button leads us to the second unique
Yes.
called Bloody Wrath. Very aptly named. It's an unblockable pinning move
Yeah.
that comes out of Fear and Fury.
Yeah. And in any stance, right? So it's like left, right,
Any
top.
stance.
Similarly, a little bit, if you've played Pirate, she has something a little bit similar, but we really pushed it to the extreme where she uses her sword to impale, and then she can kind of use her gun or push back. But instead of just going, we have like this,
Yeah.
whatever, there's a lot more options with her.
Once
right? So
more,
why don't you run us through them?
More options is always good. So let's go. We'll pin you. And I can follow up with the light attack.
Yeah.
Very quick
super
light attack.
Yeah, very, very fast. Kind of ties in with her feats that you'll see in a little bit. But sometimes
I
you want to
know,
do a
I
light.
know.
If you're in a group fight, if you're in any kind
I
of
know what you're talking
situation,
about.
we're like, I can't get stuck in that animation really quickly.
Yeah.
Throw out a light, you get out of it super quickly.
Fantastic. Next, you can pin and go into a zone attack.
Oh,
This is an armored zone attack.
Yeah.
You cannot be interrupted with it. An uninterruptible stance.
Yeah.
This is also useful in team fights.
Yeah, exactly right. So if you want to deal a bit more damage, people around you, whatever, works quite well. But then there's another one.
So you pin somebody, and now you want to finish them off with a heavy
Yes.
finisher
Nice.
follow-up off of that Bloody Wrath. And
Yeah.
this does big damage.
Yeah, it does big damage, pins for quite a long time as well.
Yeah.
Damn.
Looks amazing. Like honestly, like our VFX team, our animation team again
How much
outdid
damage that
themselves.
shit
Like the
did?
big
I
blood
wasn't
splatter,
paying
everything.
attention.
Yeah.
You feel like she's, getting there. And again, that's part of how we design these moves is from the fear aspect, right? The idea here is that she does this not because
Especially
she's
with those
cruel,
10
because she
10
wants to
damage.
be like violent or whatever, or she absolutely wants to kill that person, but it's also to scare people around her.
Yeah.
Because again,
just
if
10
you're in a fight
damage.
and you see her doing
It's
this,
not bad.
like, what? I don't really want that to happen to me. So it plays into that fear aspect as well, which is
Yeah.
super important for this show. And it also ties in with feats as we go along the
Yeah.
further out.
Indeed.
So, and I don't want to spoil too much, but that's pretty interesting.
and I thought it was cool. You mentioned the VFX on it too. Did I see some blood splatter on the screen?
You saw blood splatter
Yeah.
on the screen.
That is a nice touch.
Let me just soft feint correctly here. Up. Blood splatter on the screen. Nice
Ah, it's
curvature
Oh,
in the
yeah.
blood there on the side. Very,
That's awesome. It looks
Very
really great.
nice.
So
Quickly
Yeah,
before the
yeah,
feats, though.
yes.
Before the feats, we have a couple of other ways we can get into this move.
Yes.
Because
So,
we did talk about the deflect earlier.
so that's another part of what's interesting with this hero is that Bloody Wrath as a move by itself, it's interesting. It's a
Yeah.
pin. It does all different things. That's pretty cool. But we wanted to go again hardcore all in with this.
Yeah.
And to make it an integral part of her moveset. We didn't want to go, you have to do Fear and Fury to be able to do Bloody Wrath. It's pretty cool, but it's not really like the thing that we absolutely need to do. So it's also available in a lot of different situations.
Nice.
So for example, like you can
I'll throw it top heavy, and you can start with the first one there.
so on deflect, you get it. Like, so I maxed it
nice.
out, so you do it again, so you
Pretty
can show like
cool.
a different follow up there. So every time you deflect, either from a normal deflect on the side or off of Fear and Fury, you can always go into Bloody Wrath, which is pretty cool. You also get it off of what else?
Guard break.
A guard break, right?
Successful guard break on somebody
What?
puts you straight into that Bloody Wrath, and you have all the follow-up.
Exactly.
available.
To note here, because I'm sure there's people
Oh
in
man,
chat
people
going,
are gonna
"Oh, this is way
spam
too
that
OP."
shit.
Don't worry too much about it. Every single version of Bloody Wrath that we're seeing, so the one that is off of Fear and Fury, the one that's off Deflect, the
That
one
is
that's off
crazy
of Guard
work.
Break, and there's 2 other ways to get into it.
But it does
They all
5
have
damage.
different initial damage
One does
values,
5, one does
so we can
12.
balance them accordingly.
So I
So
guess
that, for
the
example,
first
the one
stab
off of
does
Guard
5,
Break,
and the second
if you do
slash
the guard
does
break and do the
12.
heavy follow-up, then what ends up happening is you deal like a little bit more, like typical damage for a guard break. But if you do it off of Fear and Fury, you
That's
deal
like,
more.
bro,
If you deal it off
that's
of a
like
parry
20
or a deflect, you deal
damage.
different amounts of damage. So that's really important
That's
to know
like,
here
you
that
said
yes, there's a
10
lot
and
of different
10,
ways
bro.
to
That's
go into
20,
it.
bro.
But at the same time, the initial damage of the initial hit from Bloody Wrath is different depending on the situation.
It's like 20
We
plus
also
damage
have
right
it
there.
off
What
of
the fuck?
parry, right?
Parry. So let me throw a top parry, top heavy for you there.
Right,
You can,
okay.
you can follow up on that.
Yeah. So here, there's something that's interesting here, right?
Yep.
So off of a heavy parry, it's not guaranteed. So we can do it again. I'll do it, and you can dodge it, right? So it's dodgeable. Off of a light parry, however it is, you can do a dodge attack to me, for example, for the side dodge.
Side dodge attack.
Yeah,
you want?
side
Yeah,
dodge
yeah.
attack.
Here we go.
Right, so off a side dodge attack, it's fully guaranteed. So again, you get good stuff there. It kind of works. That works really well.
Can you
Again,
feint
really
out
well
of it?
off of a parry. Off of a heavy parry, you can still get a light. That's
So let's
good.
say you know he's
The other
gonna
thing that's
fucking
interesting is
dodge
that,
it. Can you feint
just to
out of it
mention
into a
off of
soft
guard break, if
soft
you
feint?
don't want it to have the entire time of it, because this is a pin, it takes a while. It's interesting.
Yeah.
You can still zone attack and get the full 24 damage that you would normally get, right?
nice.
So we still thought it out to make sure that we have the whole setup here that works, that makes sense with damage values, what we have with other heroes and stuff. So that's kind of interesting here. So that's about it for her moveset in general, right? We're gonna go towards feet.
I'll set that up, so I'll leave it to you.
Yeah,
Yes.
it wasn't too
Fill-
much.
fill
I
the void a
mean,
bit.
like,
Yeah,
she's not
So thank you, Mike. So
OP.
a lot
I
of the
mean,
stuff
like,
we've been
she's
talking about, right?
balanced.
So we've
I
been
mean,
working
like,
on
I
this
think it's
hero for quite a
balanced.
while
What y'all
now.
think,
We know
chat?
the hero quite well.
I don't see
We faced a
no
lot of
big
challenges building this
big
hero, right? We have a
problem.
softened hero. It's
in
not
any
the,
of
the
that,
easiest
so.
thing to build all the time.
Sure.
Want to make sure it's balanced. We also wanted to make a hero that was not particularly easy to play as, right? There's a lot of options. There's a lot of room for player expression, so it's super interesting.
Yeah.
We also tried a lot of different things. I won't go into too much details because it's going to go necessary. But we tried a lot of different aspects, and not everything always worked out because this is normal and it's For Honor. And sometimes you go, I wish there was this, that. Doesn't mean we didn't try stuff, but also at the same time, it's like we need to make it fit within what's in For Honor, and it makes sense. So we ran into a small snag, so we can give this to our amazing person here. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool. And so, so where do you see, like, I mean, like the inspirations we have for her? Obviously, first assassin in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously we see these kind of like cool like pinning maneuvers that she has. So where do you maybe see her in regards to like the team comps and other areas like that?
Yeah. So in terms of team composition, because she has like pins, she has like, actually a really good access to that pinning move, right? To Bloody Wrath. What's interesting here, thank you. What's interesting here is that like she pairs really well as a gank initiator. So heroes that have a lot of big damage from neutral. I'm talking like maybe Shigoki,
Yeah.
Kiri, that kind of stuff where you can actually like guarantee a lot of damage off of an ally pin. Those work really, really well. She's really good to set these things up. So she works really, really well with these heroes. She works well with like a lot of different team compositions. Again, big trajectories on her attack, so she hits a lot of people around her. She might be good at. She's gonna be pretty good at stalling as well, so you can get into good points and stall people to get into where you need to go. So she's a much more universal hero, but again, she's pretty tough to use effectively. So take your time when you're playing with her. Get into what you need to get into, and really flesh out, understand the moveset. She's not the easiest hero to play, but there's a lot of really cool things that you're going to get into that are amazing here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, cool. So we can look at
It's
feats
only
now,
going to take me
Right,
2
let's
days.
take a look.
right? Awesome. All right, so
It's
Mike,
only going to take me 2
So,
days to get good.
We're looking at
I'm not
feats
even gonna
now.
lie.
I want to give a caveat. Like we've
Just give me
we've,
2 days.
messed with cooldowns, especially
yeah,
for one
yeah,
of
like
the feats.
usual.
That's cool.
It's not just an instant thing, and we'll talk about that.
Even
in a
then,
sec.
only the 4th feat as a cooldown, and we'll tell you what the actual cooldown is going to be.
Exactly.
for you there.
So let's start with feat 1. Feat 1 is a passive.
don't even play the
feat
game
that
every
you
day,
Unlock. It's
And
called
it only takes me 2
Relentless.
days to get good
Now,
with a character.
we talked about
A
soft
new
feints a lot
character.
in this hero. You will be using soft feints a lot when you're playing Hatun. Soft feints cost stamina.
Mhm.
However, once you unlock the Relentless feat, the first one, it has no cooldown. It's a passive feat. No more stamina cost for your soft feints.
Yep. Nice.
So that's really interesting, right?
What?
Because we want her to rely on those soft feints quite a bit to open up opponents. Typically, when you have soft feints, you have a lot of stamina costs associated to them.
Yeah.
So because we want this hero to have like a bit of an easier time, and we
Oh,
want to
that's
encourage
cool.
you
That's
to
cool.
go into
I mean, it's
soft
part
feints,
of her moves.
and this feat essentially just goes, you pay the initial cost. So if you want to soft feint into a light, into a kick, also which is interesting because usually those bashes
So you
cost a
can
little
do
bit more
that.
stamina,
Right,
right?
right.
You always only pay
Ah.
the 12
Can you do
cost
it like while
upfront
you
for the
in
heavy, but not the initial, not the extra cost for whatever you soft feint into.
Which means more soft feints.
Exactly.
All right.
Soft
I like
feints.
it.
Now, as usual, with all our new heroes, we want to make sure that the feats are synergizing with each other and
Yes.
the kit,
Mhm.
right? Feat 2 is once again a passive feat called Brutal, and the way it works is when I land a follow-up attack off of my Bloody Wrath,
Yeah.
so off of the pin move, my damage is increased by 20% for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
This is it's a passive feat. It doesn't have cooldown. It doesn't reset immediately, so you will kind of have to wait it out and reperform. That's a hard word to say, actually. Reperform the move to get that buff as well. So you see the glow on the hands.
Yeah.
You'll see the damage increase icon there in the health bar as well.
Yeah. So
She,
what's
she has
interesting?
to commit to that.
She has
all
to
the way.
commit to it, and then it doesn't last for super long. And like you said, you can't refresh it. This is part of what I was saying. Like it triggers off of light,
Yeah.
zone, or heavy follow-ups, right?
Exactly.
So sometimes you might want to go. Oh, I just want the damage buff quickly. I'm gonna do a quick one. Go into light. Works super well.
Yeah.
You still get it regardless. But the idea is that like you again to play into player choice, into what we need to do. Super interesting. Works quite well there. So that's really good.
Nice.
Also, it plays into, sorry, just to say, it plays into that fear aspect as well, right?
Right.
We're talking about fear again. The idea here is she lands that Bloody Wrath, does something, scares people around her. She feels like you're kind of worried, you go, oh, wait. And then she ends up being stronger to make you more afraid to play against her. That's
Yeah.
a big part of what we're building with these identities, with the type of things, which is super interesting in my opinion.
That's cool.
Exactly. And then moving on
So,
with
so pretty much you got that Goku
fear,
mentality.
what
Okay.
goes with fear? It's intimidation.
Yeah.
And that is the name of feat 3. The way it works is whenever you kill an enemy, you will gain a, let's call it a fear aura.
Yeah.
An aura around you. It lasts for 10 seconds. It's stuck to you, so you can move around with it. And anybody inside, any enemy inside
Yeah.
that will take 25% more damage. So it's an 8-meter aura. I will have to kill you to demonstrate this.
Please kill me.
So, yeah. Oh, actually, let me. You.
I'll go side. Just
This is like our PlayStation's JC.
Yeah.
Just try not to die. Let me just help throw you in
All right,
where we
yeah.
can see. Okay.
So you see, yeah. So
See
there's,
the
there's a big
VFX?
AoE around you. There's that's going on there. I'm just be running back really quickly.
I will run towards you. Oh, showing off only JC abilities.
Yeah.
There we go.
I have a special god mode in this game that I can do whatever I
Oh,
want. So
that's
that's why I
what
don't play live. It's
I see.
This
I
is
see. It
also
wouldn't
the
be fair
only
otherwise,
way JC plays PlayStation.
yeah, that's it, right? So, but that's the thing, right? So this feat again, it plays on the fear aspect, right? You kill somebody, everybody around you goes, oh,
Yeah.
and then you get lower. You increase the damage you take, right? So it's a defense debuff. Those two feats, so feat 2 and feat 3, work really well in tandem.
Yeah.
Essentially, you hit somebody, you get your damage buff, and you kill somebody, you defense debuff everybody around you, and then she becomes like an insane killing machine. She does like 45% extra damage, essential on everybody around her for 10 seconds.
Right.
Very, very, very strong, super interesting. Not super selfish, so the feat 3 is really not selfish at all. You
Yeah.
really help out your entire team.
Right.
So you land this, if she kills somebody in a group fight, everybody's happy.
Right.
She's one of the few heroes
Everybody's
that
happy.
Right.
you know, like when you play the game, you play any game, you see, and you wanna you wanna kill Steel because you're like, I'm gonna kill Steel.
Yeah.
Please don't do that with her
Yeah.
because then it'll actively hurt you.
Yeah.
It's always beneficial that she gets the final hit on somebody when that feat is unlocked. Every single time,
Yeah.
let her do it.
Nice.
There you go. And then finally, Feed 4, right? So we're trying something really, really, really
It's
different
hard to tell
for
anybody
feet.
that. They
This is
still
another
go hit
spicy
'em.
one,
Shit.
fresh
They don't give
from
a
the
fuck.
GE team.
They hard
It's called
headed.
Ultimate Punishment.
We learned
And
the hard
JC
way.
kind of alluded to it before.
Shit,
There's
what I'ma
one more
do?
way
As soon as you
to
hit
get
'em,
access
I'ma
to your
back
Bloody
up.
Wrath, and that is unlocking Feat 4, pressing that button, and
then
very
just-
quickly doing a lot of damage.
You do it straight from neutral. Again, it's something that's kind of interesting. It matches the stance you're in, which is the first time we're doing this.
Yeah.
So if you're in left, top, or right, it's gonna do the Bloody Wrath in that move, in that stance, and it's parryable. It's 400 MS though, so like 400
It's very
MS
quick.
neutral.
That's pretty quick.
Good luck.
Pretty much unreactive.
Like I don't think anybody is able to do that on
Yeah.
reaction. No offense to like our amazing pro players, that is really really stretching it.
Yeah.
What's also cool, Mike, is what's the
400
cooldown on this?
MS.
The cooldown of
Wait, what-
this is
what it
45
look like?
seconds, and that's unusual for.
It is very unusual, right? So typically when we do feat 4s, we do these big bombastic feats. You can think Fire Flash,
Right.
you can think Catapult, right? All sorts of things that we do, like Hitokiri's for fourth feat that like kind of instant kills you. So we typically do really crazy big feats on tier 4, but for this we're trying something different, and I want to see. I want to get people's opinions. I want to see. I'm going to go on Reddit clearly because I,
Sure, yeah.
love to go on Reddit.
Oh yeah,
Love
that's
it.
really quick.
But
yeah.
I want to see what people think about this specifically. Do you like to have a tier 4 feat that has it's a big impact on the game regardless, but it's a less explosive feat on a much shorter cooldown that you can use really often?
Yeah.
It's something that we've seen players kind of ask for once in a while. So it's something that we're trying out with this hero. At the same time, it fits super well with her feat, with her kit, with everything. And then again, you want to gank somebody, you just do this 400 MS, unblockable from neutral, really, really, really like hard to react to. Can set up a lot of damage, can set up a lot of good stuff, and it's available really, really often.
Yeah.
That's
Right? It's
awesome.
not like it's not the tier 4 you're gonna throw twice in a game, right? You're gonna
Yeah,
do it like
yeah.
really, really often.
There you go. Very cool. Very.
So that's the kit. Those are the feats. They are all meant to synergize with each other. So we're looking really forward to seeing what crazy things people do, especially in team fights.
And as I said before, like I'm super hyped with this hero. Honestly, we can put our controllers down.
Holding this lock button.
But
for a
yeah,
while.
yeah,
Stop-
right.
We'll stop playing.
So I'm super excited. I think that she brings aspects and gameplay to For Honor that we've never really had before, right?
Yeah.
That move where you run towards your opponent, you have your full deflect. We've never really done that before. We've had moves that run. We've had a Fira that has like your shield in which she runs, but it's on a feat. You can't really do it super often. With her, it's built in her moveset.
Yeah.
We haven't done an assassin in a while, which is super cool, like I mentioned
On
earlier.
time. Yeah.
We haven't done a hero that has access to this many soft feints on a consistent basis, right? You have it off of front dodge, you have it off of your opener heavies, off of your finisher heavies. So there's a lot of options there as well. So we really want to have a hero that has that skill expression, that player expression. At the same time, she's hard to play.
Yeah.
We know she's hard to play. She's not like a pick up and do whatever. Soft feints are always a bit trickier
Right.
to play against, but at the same time, it does feel fair. You can block them, you can do a lot
Yeah.
of stuff. She doesn't have a front dodge bash. You're still gonna have to do front dodge heavy into kick. You get a bit more of a tell on it. You get a lot of stuff that can happen. You can bait opponents in a lot of different ways. Where you can play with frame advantage. There's so much that you can kind of learn and get to with this hero. I've seen. We have like you're gonna see content creators post things soon on social media. I'm assuming. I've seen some of what they've been working on in terms of like punishes and stuff that were all like really intended. Where there's a lot of creative ways that you can use her moveset
Nice.
to go into what you want to do. So I'm super psyched about this. It's a very, very different hero.
Yeah.
Something that I know players have been asking for in terms of like gameplay mechanics with soft feints and stuff. Having another assassin. I remember like people were going nuts for deflect, so that's great.
Yes.
So really like super excited. Please play her.
I'm still
give
working
us
on
your
my
feedback.
deflex,
Again,
bro. I'm not a
but
deflect
it's
king. I'm a
super
parry
awesome.
king.
And then
But
yeah, so man, finally,
I'm trying to work on my
big
deflex.
shout out to the whole team, right, Mike?
Massive shout out to the whole team. I'll start off with the GDs, of course, Noel and Seb, Sebastian. Great work on the hero, and everybody that, of course, supported us. You've already seen some of them. The arts team, the animation department, VFX, audio, GPP support, because there were lots of things that we tried to put into
Yeah.
this character that to make it work, and we got somewhere that is really fun to play.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get this in players' hands. I'll be playing tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for sure,
For sure.
And really, like you said, Like shout out to everybody you mentioned. Definitely like the art team, animation team, VFX, everybody. Like we had amazing people before with Alex and Kiara. So it's a big team effort, right? It's not always simple. It takes us a while to make new heroes to really get them to a point where we're happy, and it's super cool. I want to give like special thanks to Noel and Seb who worked like were two game designers that were in charge of this hero tirelessly. Seb joined us a year ago. He was supposed to be on the Warriors End today. Unfortunately, something came up and he couldn't be here. But they worked tirelessly. Super awesome. Really good job for them. We're really, really happy. And we have this amazingly cool looking hero that has unique things. And I can't wait because we have Vanessa's and a new face segments like coming up.
No spoilers.
But no spoilers. But really, like everybody worked super hard. And again, like big ups to everybody. It's amazing. And I hope our players are gonna like it.
Yeah.
Please play her.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you so much, JC. Thank you, Mike, for being here, for going through.
I mean, I like a lot
this
of heroes
incredible
that they
move
make.
kit,
It's just like
feats,
over
all this fun
time,
stuff with this
people
new
just
hero.
make them
Warriors,
unlikable.
listen up. Tomorrow,
So many
she's
heroes
out.
they made.
You can play her yourself,
That
so
look
we
so
hope you
cool and
join us on the
everything,
battlefield
nice
then.
moveset
But
and
stick
all.
around because
People
we're going to do a
just
deep dive into some of the
fucking
more
do too
animation
much.
components of
Y'all
this
feel what
hero.
I'm
So
saying?
don't go anywhere.
Like, chat,
We'll be
y'all gotta
right
understand.
back.
I gotta feel what I'm saying here. Because it's like, people always want to abuse stuff. So, they make it unfun for the next person to actually enjoy it. Which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I hate. Hold on, let me see. We're like an hour and 21 in, so. We still got the animation, music, patch notes. I'm not even gonna lie to you, like low key, I don't think y'all care about the music. I don't think y'all care about the music, so we might go ahead and skip the music, and we might go to the patch notes. That's what we might do. So we're gonna look at the animation. We're gonna look at the animation right quick. But after that, then we're just gonna go ahead and look at the patch notes, see what they got in the patch notes. I guess we'll go ahead and call it for this video, chat. Because I'm like, I really don't care about the music. I mean, I think the person that makes the good music, the music is cool. Honestly, like, you know what I'm saying? We thank them for their work, their hard work, and you know, trying to make the music and stuff. We appreciate it, but I'm not even gonna lie. We only came here to see the gameplay of the hero and everything else, so, and the patch notes. That's the only reason why we kind of always watch these streams. Let's be honest. If people could, they'll skip until they get to the damn patch notes after the gameplay.
And a new face.
My fault.
Welcome back, Warriors. Super excited to be able to do a deep dive on the animation.
Yes.
Join with me today, Vanessa, and a new face, Noel. How are you both doing?
Great.
Great,
Yeah.
very excited.
Super
Excited.
excited. Noel, you've never been. Do you want to introduce yourself first?
Yes, sir. So, first of all, thank you for having me on the coolest couch in town. My name is Nawel. I've been working on For Honor as a gameplay animator for almost 5 years now.
Wow.
So work on a lot of content and heroes, and here I am today for Hatun.
Super exciting. Let's just jump right into it. You know, this hero has some of the most brutal executions I think we've ever seen. Some awesome animations. You know, why don't you tell us about the process of what creating this hero was
There's
like?
a lot of animation.
Yeah.
in this hero. But yes, she's as you said in the beginning with Rafinhan, like her background for us, like we decided like she's gonna be brutal. She's gonna have brutal animation. You saw them in the gameplay segment. So yeah, she has a bad guy energy.
Yeah.
And that was the motto when we designed the animation. By the way, I brought the props from mocap. So let me bring them up.
These are cool.
Look at that. I touched both end of screen.
These are massive.
Those are real
It's
size.
life size?
life size. I mean,
Uh,
yeah, the size of the weapon
Mm.
in the game. Like, they're pretty big. They're her hero.
Yeah,
but,
this is cool.
yeah.
Can I hold them?
Don't hit
I
one
won't. I
part.
won't attack anyone.
You cannot impel anyone. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Super cool. I'll lay them down
Yeah.
here.
So there you go. So we have the props here. And yeah, like GC was mentioning, soft feint
Yeah.
is a pretty huge deal
For
for
sure.
this hero. And it was a pretty huge deal for us as well because we need to plan ahead when we have to do all those animation. Because you saw that she has two weapon, soft feint. Oh, it's like no on this one, on this one. The
A lot of options.
lot of options. When you start typing them down, like right stance, right attack, soft feint, left stance, when you start like, oh yeah, it seems easy, but when you start like detailing all of that,
Yeah.
it's getting confusing. So we're gonna show you something that we don't often show.
Mm.
This is a planning that we do when we go to
Super
mocap.
cool.
This might not be reflective of the
I'm already
gameplay
confused.
fight kit. I think it is, but sometime we need to just plan ahead
Mm.
and make sure we have everything that we need. And yeah, to produce all the animation. So you can see here, it was pretty confusing because, again, like I was saying, you do an attack, and the rule that we decided was to, depending on the stance that you are, this is your main weapon. Like right stance, the main weapon will be right. So first, an opener like this, and the soft feint on the other end, and so on. I'm just trying
Also,
to explain, and I feel like
for the
I'm gonna
ones
get
that don't
confused.
want to see this,
Because it was very confusing. So that's
if
why
y'all
we made
want,
that.
y'all can
And
skip
yeah, even
ahead
for her,
until we
like
get
even
to
for
the
her,
patch
it was
notes.
pretty confusing.
It's up to y'all. Y'all can skip ahead and
It's
go
one
to
of
the
her
patch
hero, by
notes
the
if
way.
y'all want.
You can see that the
Completely
little
fine with that.
blue and red
Right after this,
sword
I'm gonna
as well
skip towards
represent
the
the
patch
mocap
notes.
because for the actors,
But if y'all want to hurry
again,
up and
we
get
need
towards it,
to do the
then
animation,
Yeah.
to record
feel
them,
free to do
and
it.
that was very helpful.
This acts kind of like a loose script, I guess, that you follow when you're actually doing like the
Right.
mocap.
Yeah, basically, because we need to make sure we have everything.
Yeah.
And even beyond sometime, because we don't know what GC and his team will do sometimes, so we have to plan ahead and try to. He's laughing in the back. And to plan ahead what can come up. So yeah, a lot of animation, but it was fun. I mean, she looks
Really, really
amazing. Yeah.
It looks super cool, and it's really interesting to see like how it actually like how you break it down into like a bunch of different moves. It's really interesting. It's awesome. Something we saw in the last segment was the rush move
Yes.
that I almost ran into the camera with. Do you want to break that down a bit more for everyone?
For sure. So for this one, it was quite challenging on our side because when we went at the mocap, we had instructions and some constraints to follow for this one. And when we received the raw data, we kind of feel it didn't fit with her because, as I mentioned, the constraint at the mocap was to have the weapon close to each other and near the upper body because since she's an assassin, she can deflect, right?
Yeah.
So we needed that. And so we saw it on the raw data and we wanted maybe to try something else. And what is interesting for us to show you that, not yeah. No, no.
Stay on the other one.
So, yeah, as I said, what I find interesting by showing you that is the fact that when we go at the mocap, our reality is at that moment isn't necessarily the same when we receive the data. So when that happens, we need to adapt ourselves. And yeah, so for this one, we tried many variations, and like Max showed up, we tried the shoulder bash on her because we like the feel of the wardens.
Yeah.
Very much. So we tried to transpose that onto her and to see if we're on a good track with this one or not. And even with this test, we weren't satisfied enough.
Didn't feel like it resonated with the
Yeah,
character.
It's
this
all
time.
about feels.
Yeah.
It's all about feels.
Yeah.
When you play an animation, we heard the guy say it when they were playing, it feels good. That's what we're looking for.
That's what you're going for.
And like the movement wasn't responsive enough. So we had many other discussion with this with the team, and one day we came up with the image of a bull. So a bull, it's menacing, posing.
This is where I come in.
Yeah,
That's where you come in.
there you go. And also the horns of a bull can
Yeah.
remind us the beautiful shape of her Turco-Mongol sabers. So we said, okay, maybe it sounds a little crazy, but let's test something with this idea and we'll see. So we made a pass, we integrated the animation, and we played it. and finally we like the feel of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once in game, dressed with the VFX, and you can see the wind through her clothes and the sound on it. I think at that moment we knew that we managed to create the perfect rush for her. Yeah.
Super cool in game.
Very menacing.
Yeah.
It does look like a bull. Now that you mentioned it, it does look
You
like
see
a
it,
bull.
great.
Cool. Thank you for breaking that down. Something we also saw in the last segment, and we even saw it in the gameplay trailer too, was the iconic move. I won't
Yes.
reenact it again. I would love to know more about that in particular. This one.
Yes. Yes. So the iconic move. I loved working on this animation. We learned a lot from it, and like the rush, it was very much about the feeling as well. We wanted something brutal, but we also wanted that those who see the movement can feel it as much that those who hold the controller. And with these two long swords, we needed a moment when she just skewers her opponent, and we did it not just once but twice. And I think it feels very great with the camera shake on it, the blood trails on the sword, the sound, the crunchy sound on it as well. So I think it all creates the apotheosis of her iconic move.
It looks super cool.
And since the weapon are really long, it was quite difficult sometimes because you want to see your weapon, but they're so long and she wind back, and so we need to adjust the camera doing back and forth on that, so it feels perfect. So
It
players
looks,
gonna feel it.
The final product looks
You do
amazing.
it, and if you receive it, you're gonna feel it. That's
For
for
sure.
I think I wanted to ask more specifically about that, and like you're talking a lot about like something that feels good. Can you expand more on that? Like, how do you actually make something that feels good? I feel like it's subjective, maybe a lot of the
Very
time.
subjective. Yes, it's something that it's hard because you cannot really explain it.
Yeah.
You have to feel it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And it's more about gameplay animation is all about that. It's about the feel. You have the controller in hand. It's not just the animation needs to look good, because sometimes in the software it looks good. You put it in game, doesn't feel quite right.
Yeah.
Because you need to. Sometimes you cannot explain it. Sometimes the animation needs to be a little bit broken when you sit like outside of the game, but when you have it in game, it punch a pack and it's like, oh yes, now I feel it. And you can then work with the VFX team, adding rumbles, having the sound, the VFX, all of that makes it even better. But the feel is, and take a look, and I will be curious to see which move and which animation feels the best to player. So yeah.
They've got some crazy executions to look at. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the execution are really good too.
There's some nuts executions that they can show.
Yeah, so feels is like you said, it's pretty. It's an emotion. Almost.
Yeah, for sure. It's like the combination of like all the different aspects all together, like the camera shake, like the camera zoom. I forget what it's called exactly, but like when you're like kind of like executing someone and like the camera's like zooming in a little bit at the same time. Like
you
adding
go
that
into
emphasis.
the action. Yeah, basically. Yeah. And we always like in the back of the character, you live the thing. So feeling is crucial for us. So it's part of our. We have to make it feel good.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you both for coming on and giving us more insight into like the production side of things for the animation, because it's super cool. I love being able to see like all like the raw data and stuff, and to like seeing it from that turning into what it is now is just like incredible. So it's super cool. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Did you want to give shout outs to anyone to say what's up?
Just a big shout out to everyone who
Whole
worked
team?
on this one.
Honestly, it's a big team effort. Everybody like mentioned it before, but it's a big team effort to end up with that. So
for sure,
props to everybody and to the player that will play
Yay.
it and enjoy it as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. And folks, stick around, because up next we have a music analysis segment, which is pretty cool. It's not something we usually do. So it's very exciting. So stick around.
That's something we usually do. Damn. Goodness gracious. She just body slammed, bro. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. God. That is a really strong lady. That is terrifying.
Yeah!
That was cool. That was really cool. Music analysis. I don't know what that is, but um, I don't want to look at it. I want to look at the patch notes chat. So if I want to, I might go back into the video to see what it is, but I really could care less.
All
There we
right.
go.
Well,
All right, chat.
we
Patch
missed you.
notes times.
It's been a couple segments.
Yeah, yeah.
Patch
But
note
I was
time.
like patiently sitting in the back,
Yes.
listening to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Animation team, amazing job.
Amazing.
Like
Yes.
Grace and Noella was her first time on, amazing.
Great job.
Then music,
Mm-hmm.
Luc is amazing.
Yeah.
Carl is also like really, really good. We're super happy. Like I always love like even sitting in the back. I work with these people all day.
Yeah.
But it's still super cool to hear.
I know. Yeah, like
I
the
really like it.
passion of these folks
Yeah.
making this amazing.
Unbelievable.
It's great. So, but we have some patch notes lined up
Yes,
too for
yes, yes,
tomorrow.
yes, yes,
So, so what do we got?
We're gonna go into, but first let's start super quickly as a really fast recap of the last testing rounds we did for
Yes.
Peacekeeper feats. So we got feedback from it, right? We didn't get a lot of feedback, but we got feedback. It's good. Overall, the results were not as we were hoping, which is okay. It's totally normal. It
why we do
happens
it.
once in a while. That's why we do it,
Why
right?
we do it.
So we're gonna go back to the drawing board a little bit for Peacekeeper. So this means that we will not be pushing them live at the beginning of year 9.
Yep.
So it's gonna happen eventually. We're trying to repackage things a little bit and make sure that we have like a something that's gonna be a bit more like a bit better for Peacekeeper. But for now, like I said, it's not gonna come live. It's okay. That's the reason why we have testing grounds. Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes things pan out, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't pan out, and it's not like oh yeah, just do this. Like 'cause sometimes we do testing grounds, and it's like oh yeah, there's like one little change here, one little change there.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. In this case, it's a bit more complicated, so we're gonna go back to the drawing board, get something better in,
Yeah.
and then get to where we need to be. So that should
Nice.
be good.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right, so let's look at patch notes.
Right.
All right. So first off, we have a bit of a global change. So the forward dodge heavy attacks of these heroes, so Aramusha, Berserker, Highlander, Shinobi, and Tiandi, they now have 100 MS of Gorbrig vulnerability. It used to be at 433 for these heroes specifically. So we have a bunch of other heroes that have front dodge heavies that have 100 MS of Gorbrig vulnerability. We wanted to make sure that it was a bit more equal between everybody. So these heroes did not. It's a small buff for them. You can use it to kind of like beat Gorbrig attempts in some like frame advantage situation.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do there. But it's a
So
bit of
no,
a
we do
quality of
not
life
need a
change for
buff.
these heroes.
We do not
Should
need a
make them a
buff.
little bit better.
Berserker
and
do
you
not
get
need
bit
a
of
buff.
improvement in this case.
Nice.
They need no type of buff.
Next up, we have
They need to get nerfed.
damage changes to Raiders. So, we, as you may recall, we nerfed Raiders damage quite a bit. Like I don't remember exactly when.
A while ago, yeah.
It's been a while there, but essentially, we over nerfed Raider, right? And so as things go on, as the game progresses, as the meta changes, we get into talks with some players as well, and we kind of like figure out, okay, so what can we do? What could be interesting? And so Raiders damage was a little bit below the curve. So even though these might look like mostly like it's a 1 damage increase, sometimes it's a 2 damage increase, it still does add up and make a difference. They used to be much higher before. We nerfed them a bit too low, so now we're equalizing a bit more towards the center. Makes a bit more sense. You win a bit better in trading. You get into better situations. So essentially, the chained heavies deal 1 damage extra, and then the finishers, as well as the zone attack that you have in chains, which is Raider's Fury, deal 2 extra damage. So again, not massive changes to Raider, but still enough to get him a little bit more back on top, so we have something that like the hero becomes a bit more viable. We'll see where that ends up landing over time, but it makes a bit of a difference on Raider for this.
Awesome.
And then last slide here. So these are not the most massive patch notes. We have a new hero coming. We have a bunch of stuff happening.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to like reshuffle things around. But we still have some other changes, right? So for Varangian Guard, so we adjusted the chain link timing from your dodge lights and from Haldor Hold Keeper to light finisher specifically to be 300 ms up from 200. This means that in those situations, it's always going to be dodgeable. There was a bit of an issue here where like it wasn't super consistent.
Yeah.
It was really difficult or borderline impossible to dodge if you did like a side dodge right into a light or when they were blocked.
Right.
So this kind of changes that timing so it's easier to dodge. We also adjusted Blackprior's Tenebrous Trust, which is his front dodge heavy. So that attack has superior block while you're using it, but it had a 300 ms superior block window, kind of like what we have with Varangian Guard before. So this is not really necessary. We saw that those timings are not really good. So we're putting it back to 200 at the proper timing like we had before. So it's a change that we're doing overall for this hero to kind of like make him again more in line with what we have with other heroes. And then finally, so the last patch, if you remember, we removed Berserker's unlock tech, kind of weird glitch that he had. We also did a patch on Nephira, and it removed most of it, but there was still a way to do it on Nephira.
Damn.
That we have now fully fixed and removed. Big
That's
thanks
crazy.
to Francis, our game designer that worked on this, that figured out the exact solution to the problem.
Yeah, people
He
gonna be
fixed it
mad
on
about
Berserker,
that.
managed to find the exact problem with Ephira. So really big thanks to him. We're able to get that done. And that is it for patch notes. Again, like it's not the biggest patch notes that we've ever had. We have, like I said, we have a new hero. There's a lot of stuff coming. We're preparing for year 9. There's a lot of stuff happening. There's more testing grounds coming. More balance changes coming in the future. So we're taking a little bit of a breather here to come back in full force and be able to have a lot more stuff coming in the next year.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, JC, thank you so much for running
for
us
having
through
me.
those pretty quick. So, folks, stick around too because we're going to be right back to wrap up the show and talk about what's coming up next in the next week or so. So, thank you, JC, once again.
Thank you, and stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Play Katoon.
Play Katoon.
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, bro. That was a very short and sweet patch note, but still, they haven't said shit about revenge, which I'm so mad about. Like, what people need to complain about is revenge. I'm talking about you shouldn't have to get hit 1,500 times to get revenge, bro. I'm just saying, chat. Like that's something that I've been hoping that they would have been fixed because back then, chat. If y'all remember, bro, if y'all played For Honor when the game first came out, bro, the revenge on the game was perfect. I'm talking about if you get hit about 2 or 3 times, bro, you instantly get revenge, and it helps you out, bro. It's not an overpowered thing. Like honestly, you can still do what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like revenge has got a little bit of things that will help you out to actually have a little bit an advantage in a fight, but it won't give you too much an advantage. But you know, they just need to fix it now because it's like now when I play, I just get jumped by a whole team and they're hitting me like so many times. I'm talking about I'm getting jumped by 4 people and I don't get revenge until literally I'm about to die. Like literally I'm on critical health and the game want to say, okay, I'm gonna give you revenge. Bro, I mean, you didn't think about giving me revenge when I was getting jumped? I mean, like, I'm about to die now. Like, what's the point of having it? Because, shit, right after it's done, shit, I'm probably gonna get mopped up, man. You feel me?
Like domestic best girl Nusha.
This is very reflective of our PlayStations. Usually me just running away from you.
Gonna get it?
Oh,
I got it. Okay, sorry.
All right. Well, it didn't see you there. Didn't see you there. Just playing some For Honor on the good old Steam Deck. Playable on
That's
Steam
a
Deck.
Steam
Pretty cool.
Deck?
Works so
Yeah,
well.
it's fun. It's fun. But yeah, super excited. What a show. That was long. That was a long one.
That was a long one, but we had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, super exciting stuff. I mean,
Yeah. It was a
new
long
hero
one.
coming,
Usually they're
got
like
the event pass.
Yeah.
an
The weapons
hour,
on the hero look
an hour and a
so
half.
cool. I
All that
love them.
customization, the armor, so good.
Super good.
Yep. And then
Love
the
it.
music at the end of the year, always nice to wrap that
Yeah,
up too. So
yeah, that
really
was
good stuff.
nice.
So I'm excited. But yeah, I think we need to recap for you all, folks, what is coming up starting tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
Let's do
Anthony,
it. An
take us through it.
official list. So we've got Khatun, our new hero, live tomorrow, looking super badass. for 15k steel.
Right.
Free event pass. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say like it's 2 weeks you can buy it for
True,
steel, right?
true.
So,
After 2 weeks, it'll be available for steel. But
15K
tomorrow it's
steel?
$7.99.
there you go.
We've also
Motherfucker,
got the
I
free event
have
pass.
15K, but I
Cartoons
don't
piece.
anymore.
Such a good post.
I only
Yeah,
got
love
8K
that.
steel, bro.
Got some
I'm a
Hero
little
Fest
upset about
for
that.
Orochi, Pirate, and Griffin. Be on the lookout for that. We've got a throwback event, Battle of the Eclipse, running
Oh
from
my gosh, I
February
love this
20th.
one.
The steampunk with the gears is so nice.
Got big scythe. on the
Yeah.
skull. Love that. Love that.
We got our balance patch that you guys just talked about.
That's right.
Live tomorrow. And we also have our free week starting tomorrow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they play that cool graphic again. That's really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so come play. There's no excuses.
Yeah.
Come play.
Come hang out.
Come hang out. It's a great time in Heathmore.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Yeah, folks, we also have some content of the week coming your way, too. So, available starting tomorrow until February 13th, limited time. We have a new execution, Let's Wrestle 2. We like the first wrestling exec so much. We made another one, so you get a nice
A
DDT.
Nice.
Get it? I love
Jinx.
that one
Bro,
so
why we
much.
say that at the same
We also
time?
have a mythic outfit, the Flowers of Death, for 15k steel. So this is cool. Nice, pretty flowers, but if you wait for it during the emotes and the execs,
Oh, yeah.
oh, they turn to spooky skulls.
Oh, my God.
That's right. They're spooky skulls.
They are spooky.
They're spooky. I like it. We also have a weekly arcade quest coming up, the Sal Mesa Celebration, available for all players. So you can check that out starting tomorrow. So that'll be good. And the event order, Hatoon's Peace, week 1. So be the faction with the most Dominion matches won. So that'll be going on as well for the first week. So yeah, great stuff
Nice.
there. So
Go play Dominion.
yeah, for sure. With Hatoon.
Yeah, of course. That's not all. We've also got Community Corner with our community managers, Jet and Josh. Take it away.
Welcome back to the show, Warriors. It's Community Corner time. I am Josh. We're joined by Jet. Jet, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
Dude, I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. This is our first Community Corner of the year, though, at least that we're doing. So,
Yeah,
like,
and
we're
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to all the Warriors out there. Hope you guys are staying nice and toasty, stay nice and cool, depending on your region that you live in. We got some really, really cool and fun stuff that we want to show you today. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start off with the first clip from Hellcat. Conk's new execution is awesome.
Oh, it's so cool. I love it. And the sound effects here, so good.
Bonked around the world.
Oh, it's wonderful.
The bog hurt around the world. Now we're gonna have a nice little throwback to the Ice Brawlers game mode event from the holiday season. She's like, what's the one thing you shouldn't do when you're killing someone?
Do some gloating.
Yeah,
Of course, because you're gonna
into the drink, the frigid waters below.
4 people down.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And now we've got another clip
Oh,
from
yeah.
Vidal the King. Always sends in awesome clips.
Yeah.
And just an epic cinematic.
That's
Like,
so cool.
that could not have been timed any more perfectly.
Yeah.
And then a nice little farewell to the game mode. 07.
Yo, I love this art here. It's wonderful. I love the little details with the warriors in the background and the minions cheering. It's
Yeah,
great.
it's like, yeah. Actually, I didn't notice that until just now. That's sick.
Oh, this clip is awesome. It's probably the cleanest Kensei I've ever seen in my entire life. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, bro is
It's
a
alright.
knower.
Yeah, he is.
Everything's just getting
You
parried.
see Kensei's entire moveset in this clip.
Yeah. I'm really bad at Kensei though. I wish I could be as half as good as that.
You might get tips.
Ooh, true. Look at this awesome
I'll beat 'em.
Peacekeeper Cyberpunk from Nebula. I don't even know
Bro
how
was just
long
throwing
it took
shit.
to draw
Bro
something
didn't
like
know how
this,
to
but
play
it looks utterly phenomenal, and it'd be really cool to see like a short story with like some cyberpunk esque type things. you
It
know?
would, yeah. It's gorgeous art too. So thank you for sending that in.
Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna go ahead and do it for the clips that we have here today. Again, as we always say, if you want to be featured, just post on Reddit, Twitter, wherever we're at, just go ahead and tag us. All the memes, all the dreams, all the sick plays, all the fails, we'll take them all.
We're always listening, we're always watching. And we're excited to see new cartoons clips, so we can't wait to see all the awesome gameplay that you guys come up with.
Yep, she's dropping tomorrow, so once you get your hands on her, go ahead and fire up that capture device that you got. We want to see all the awesome stuff. But that's going to go ahead and do it for us here. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to kick it back over to the studio people.
See ya.
And there you have it.
We are the studio people. Thanks, Jet and Josh. It's amazing. That was so good. Ice Brawlers. It's always just fun. Just salute on the way down. Like
I love that.
it's the best mode. I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff.
But yeah,
Right.
that's pretty much it. Awesome show. Thanks
Yep.
for everyone for watching and sticking around. Nolan, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Anthony. Yeah,
This was awesome.
it was fun.
We should do this again sometime.
What, play the Steam Deck?
Yeah, let's do
Play
it. All right, folks. Have fun tomorrow. It's gonna be awesome. Enjoy and stick around. I think we're gonna be rating someone. Jet, Josh. I think we're rating someone. Stick around.
But who?
I don't know. We'll
We'll
see.
see. What should they yell when they rate someone?
Khatun.
Atun! There you go. Just call out the new hero when you raid.
Nice.
All right.
That's it. Is that it? Yep. All right, guys. That's gonna be the end of this stream. Well, video here. I'm not gonna lie to y'all boys. I had to redo my outro because the sounds that I was like telling y'all before, that I was telling y'all before, like probably like a little earlier into the video, it kind of messed up my outro. So honestly, like I was looking at it and I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and redo the outro. So yeah, I want to make sure my video is actually perfect. So why not just do the whole outro again? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have no problem, you know what I'm saying? I have no problem. Honestly, I'm new to this, so the good thing about recording is actually I don't have to keep starting up streams to actually like, fix things that I messed up. So that's the great thing about recording. So as I what I'm saying, like, get better with this, what I'm saying, things are gonna start becoming more easier. So, yeah. But all I want to say is I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Um like I said, I love her character design. I love her weapons, everything about her. Really stoked to play her tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna try my hardest to try to get her. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna try to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, honestly, like, the goal, the goal for right now for my YouTube channel, if y'all wondering, the goal is to actually hit 100 subs. If y'all get me up to 100 subs, then I will be very, very happy, and honestly, I'll be forever grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like for y'all actually trying to support me and everything. I'm trying to go crazy this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do more things, open up to more things. You know what I'm saying? Like, so hopefully y'all understand. So yeah, man. Honestly, I just thank y'all for the support y'all have been already giving me. And I just hope that, we can all build a nice positive community and actually like, do big things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Um I think that's all I want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and catch up boys on I guess tomorrow's video. If I don't have this video, well no, this video right here that y'all watching is gonna be uploaded today. It's literally the 22nd today, so I should have this video up today. But for the new hero video, that should be uploaded pretty soon. I'm not gonna give y'all a date, but all I gotta say is that it should be uploaded soon. I'm gonna make sure I have it for y'all boys. So stay tuned. Okay. That's all I want to say. Goal 100 subs. And yeah, I love y'all boys. Your boy Cyber, I'm out. Peace, guys.